My name is Michael Kingori. I'm a man of age, and I'm married to one wife. She will introduce herself, and I'm glad to be here to share what purity in marriage is, and to emphasize that marriage truly works out there.
My name is Bilha Kingori, and I'm married to one man, Michael Kingori, and I've known him for quite some years, and I'm glad to be here, and I'm thankful to God.
I came to know this girl because I still call her, she's my girl, in the year 1999. And this year is when I was really a youthful person. I was youthful, to say the least. And you know all about a youthful life. So we bumped into each other while I was still looking for someone to make a life partner. And the way she came about is also a mystery, because it's not that I didn't have other friends out there, but when I spotted on her, something told me that this is the right person. So that was 1999. At that time, I remember I was selling mitumba clothes, okay? And she used to come there, and I look at this lady and I see, wow, I think I'm in love with this lady, even before introducing myself. So slowly by slowly, nikamchokoza, and I think she also gave in. Her could resist, and we started off. It was a come we stay kind of relationship. Then eventually, after like 4 years, you know, she was bringing today analeta kasweta anajiwachisha kesho yake anawacha viatu, anabeba slippers ndio akwe na reason ya kurudi. So it went on like that, and eventually we found ourselves living together. She had her own house, and I also had my own house. So she's the one who came into my house, though she was insisting that I go to her house, we start living. But as a man, you are the one who is supposed to bring in the wife to your house. So yeah, we started living together, and I think the rest is history, because I still see her around me, even today.
Then that was it. We started living together as husband and wife, and it has not been easy. Challenges zimekuwa sana, but what I can see that God has been so faithful. Mungu amekuwa na sisi till now. We officially got married in church 2008. So lakini before hiyo tulikuwa tu kwa life, tulikuwa tu life. Hakuna life yenyewe hatujakula sisi. Hakuna. Me, I smoked for 9 good years. Actually, some things then nasema hapa, my mom ataangalia hivi atashangaa. Atashindwa because I smoked. I was a smoker. I was addictive na sigara. Hata alikuwa ananiambia saa zingine, wewe ni aje leo usikuji na sigara kwa nyumba. Lakini mimi niko zile za nasikia tu hiyo tamaa hizo fegi. So na ulevi. Hata kuna saa tuko tunapatanaga asubuhi, anaingia saa 9, mimi naingia saa 10. Wewe ulikuja saa ngapi? Wewe ulikuja saa ngapi? Na hakuna fight saa hizo. Yaani tuko tu, yaani hiyo ndio life tulikuwa tunaishi. Hiyo ilikuwa kutoka hiyo 99 until 2008.
I was actually not only drinking, but also smoking and even taking drugs, the hard drugs. I thank God for this woman because she came into my life when I think my life was spiraling downwards, and she came at the right time. Because I used to drink, I used to sell drugs, I used to smoke, bangi, everything I used to do. And you know the life of how makanga, you can imagine that kind of life. They do everything. Kwanza hizo enzi. Siku hizi at least they have streamlined this industry that there's at least there's some decorum in the industry. But then it was really bad. And that's when I came to know this woman. So at some point she came to kind of, yes, she was in that life, we were in that life, but at least I could be worse off without her than when I was with her, because at least nilikuwa nalewa, yes, but naenda kwa nyumba napata chakula, napata nguo safi, asubuhi nikitoka napata nimeng'ara, so sikuitanishwa na uchafu ama that kind of untidiness. But the life of drugs was almost destroying me. But after tumekaka naye kidogo, I started disconnecting with those channels za drugs, because there was this lady who used to work with, alikuwa analeta hizo drugs, mimi nazisambaza, okay? And at some point we almost went into some kind of a relationship, and surrounding that time is when she came into my life. So she has been of much help to me. Hiyo maisha tuliishi from 1999 to 2008 when actually me I can say I saw the light in 2007. That's when I got born again. I knew Christ, and hizo mambo zote zikaenda hivyo. But yeye aliendelea tu kuishi hiyo maisha, and I didn't give up hope. I was encouraging her. I was telling her, even you, I know you will come. I'm waiting for you in this other life. So tukaendelea nikimu-encourage. I used to take her to a club. I take my soda, she's taking her things. Nikimaliza soda yangu, I go outside, wait for her outside, and then she comes and we go home. So ours has been a life of encouragement, encouraging one another, standing with one another, despite it not being easy. Even when we got married, when we tied the knot, that is 2008, October 25th. That is when we decided now let's be serious. And remember, at some point in 2007, we separated. We were living together from 2003 up to 2007.
What happened?
And we separated.
Okay.
We had 2 kids by then. It was a sad story, because her kin came looking for her, because they had understood the kind of life that I'm living. Okay, so they thought our daughter's life is going to be wasted by this makanga guy. Okay, so they came. I remember that day like it was yesterday. They came. Her father, her uncles, her auntie was there. They were in a small saloon car, and it was full, but she still got a space in that car despite the fact that it was full with those guys. So they picked her up, sorry, and I was left in the middle of the road crying. Ndio huyo ameenda. And one of the uncle told me, wakati utakuwa na kichwa utamkujia. And that is how we separated with my wife.
ile challenge tushaipitia, the lowest kabisa enye tunaona sasa tunaisha, it's the infidelity, which is not easy. And for sure we prayed like never before, and God was so amazing because God alitusaidia, and we both of us, we had a heart for forgiveness. So what I can say about forgiveness, that people should come together as a couple, and before doing anything, you pray first. You just seek the kingdom of, as the Bible says, that you seek the kingdom of God first and its righteousness. So that is what we did, and God came through.
Maybe I can touch on the issue she spoke about the infidelity issue. I know this issue is an issue that is so prevalent in marriages. It is happening, and so many couples are not able to deal with this issue because for sure it's an issue that really tears someone down. But I want to give someone hope that you can always give your partner a room to explain, a room to acknowledge, identify and acknowledge the wrong, and have room for forgiveness. I always advocate for strong marriages. People should not just break up because something has happened. Yes, an issue of infidelity is very painful. And as she has said, it has happened to us. And we gave it a thought. We could not go the route of divorce because God hates divorce. So it is good to give your partner a second chance, because we are all products of second chances. So you find that someone, you have departed from your partner just because of a text message in your phone or in her phone. You didn't give it time, or you didn't give your partner time to explain. You just got out of the marriage, and it is something that you could have solved together. So I would urge couples out there to give each other time to explain the wrong, and also to give each other time. And it is good, before I forget, it is very good to confess to each other, because whenever you hide a secret inside you, you're hiding it from your partner. You think that it is, you will go down the grave with it. Let me tell you, you will keep the secret, yes. But deep down inside you, you know very well that you are hurting. So that hurt will accumulate into something very bad for you at some point in the future. And it is better to confess now, to open up. Yes, a wrong happened. Speak it out. Open up. Solve. And correct that wrong. Because out of experience, it is very painful, and it is only you two who can solve that problem together and involve God, because God knows how he solves these issues of marriage. So you asked me something about the lowest moment, right? She has spoke about it, but I also have a lowest moment that happened in my life when I lost both my parents. That was my lowest moment in my life. But we've been able to overcome it, and God has been our strength. Solving issues. We learned the secret of going down on our knees, because some mistakes are very harsh to bear, or even to keep holding. So we have learned this secret of holding hands together. And this is a secret I want people to grab. Whenever a wrong has happened, take your partner's hand, go on your knees, pray to God, surrender it to God. And mukitoka hapo, kutoka kwa hiyo magoti, God will take charge. Hamtatoka hapo tena mkianza kuargue. That is the secret that we discovered, and this is what has helped our marriage to stand up to now. Because as we've been told for a long time that marriage is not a bed of roses, and it is true. You know, many people tend to think that when I marry this guy, my life is sure, because maybe he has everything, he has material things, all those things. Not knowing that marriage is not about material things. Marriage is about companionship, commitment, dedication, love, you know. And for sure, as for me, and I know it's the same with her, love has kept us together. Love. It is love that has kept us together. And you know, love, it doesn't keep a record of wrongs. That's why we are here. If we had kept a record of wrongs, we could not be here together. So we have applied the art of forgetting what is past and forging ahead and dealing with any challenge that comes on our knees. That has really helped us a lot in keeping this marriage intact. Even when times were so bad financially, sometimes we find that maybe siko job for a long time, she's the one working. She has been very, very, very supportive. Supportive, ingine hata I just can't explain it. So, partners out there, couples, maybe umepoteza kazi. Na wakati mulikuwa mnafanya hiyo harusi, all of you are working high places. But along the way, after you've tied the knot, after you both say I do, along the way, one of you loses their jobs. That is not the time to start remembering that your partner is not providing, that your partner is not supporting the family. That is the time you need to hold your partner, to hold his hand or her hand like never before. Stand with him, encourage him. Many times we are throwing tantrums at each other because someone has lost a job. That should not be the case, because as you can see us, many times I've been on and off working. On and off working, on and off working. I've even traveled abroad, na job ikaisha, and I came back to her. She embraced me, and we moved along. So we are speaking of something that we have experienced or gone through. And here we are, 22 years later, stronger than ever before, closer than ever before. And this is how marriages work. To embrace any condition, to embrace any situation, to have room for communication. Communication is very, very important. Do things together. If sometimes you've been promoted at work, but you hide it from your partner because you don't want the partner to see the increase of the salary. So you, like 2 years, 3 years, you're still hiding that. And one day, he or she will come to know that kumbe you've been earning some extra cash. Okay? How would that end up? So it's good to be open. Never keep secrets. We've seen how, according to ourselves, we've understood how a secret can damage a marriage. Because at some point you hide something for quite a long time, and your partner will come to discover about it, And it will not be a good story because now trust will go to zero. For sure, you can imagine after 22 years, you start now learning how to trust your partner again. So it's good to be open with your partner. Share everything, every idea that comes up, share together, because that is, marriage is a union. It is a union between two adults who have decided to live together happily ever after. My soulmate. You know this is coming from my heart. I know you know it. And you are sure of what I'm saying or I'm about to say. First of all, I loved you. And sometimes people think that when babies come, they go away with the love that I had for you. But you know it has not been the case with us. As the babies came, love blossomed. Love for you has been blossoming. Even this morning, I think I told you something. I've been telling you hata pale kwa parking. And I promise to just love you more. I appreciate you. I know it has taken a lot of efforts for you to see this marriage work. I know it has taken a lot of efforts. And I want to promise you something. That I will love you and I will continue to support you. In your weaknesses, because I know your weaknesses, I'll continue to support you. I'll be by your side.
Thank you.
All the rest of my life. I love you so much. For being the mother of my children. And I would not hate to have another baby. I love you.
Love it.
Love you.
First of all, I want to thank God so much for you, man of God, a beautiful soul. And I always pray for you each and every day. I always tell God to remember you because you're so kind, you're so loving, and I just love you from the deepest part of my heart as my husband. And I thank God because 21 years, it has not been easy. But through it all, God has sustained us and God has loved us more. What I can say that we have experienced the love of God in our marriage.
Yeah.
We have experienced what God can do to marriages. Yeah, I love you so much. God bless you.
Thank you.